ha ha, you thought I was done. I'm back.
Here's Johnny.
Something important occurred to me after I posted that last video, and had I thought of it beforehand, I would have included it in there somehow. But there's something I wanted to share with you, and it has to do with relying on something within yourself, your heart, as opposed to something outside of yourself, a book.
In my last video, I introduced a bonus segment where we delve deep into older Mandela effects that have had some kind of new evidence or residue appear. Everyone seemed to love it last time, so for today, we're looking at the classic lion and lamb quote. If you didn't already know, this Mandela effect comes from the Bible in the book Isaiah 11:6, and it says some variation of the lion will lie with the lamb, or the lion will dwell with the lamb, but apparently it has never said that. Ever. Instead of lion, it now says wolf. Does that sound right to you? The wolf will lie with the lamb, or the wolf will dwell with the lamb. This Mandela effect has been talked about to death, so there isn't much more that I can add to the conversation. But what I can add is this amazing residue from the 1960s. Apparently this weird Mandela effect stuff was noticed all the way back then, but obviously it didn't have that name yet. Found by user Resplendent Amore, here is an article from November 2nd, 1963, that details the quest for what happened to this Bible verse. Where did it go? Why did it change? How the search started and why it's so troubling for everyone. It's a really fascinating read, and I'll have it linked in the description below. You certainly don't have to read it, but it's neat to see the Mandela effect confuse minds even back then.
Okay guys, this is my grandmother's Bible from the early 1900s. I usually keep it wrapped better than this, but let me show you something. Sorry, I don't want to show her name, but let me see here. Okay, let me see here. Sorry, I know the visual on this is not very good. Check your Bibles, guys. This verse has been quoted and publicized in countless different areas. The lion shall lay with the lamb is how I always remembered it. I don't know about you, but that's how I always remember it. And in speaking on the Mandela effect, I'm not 100% sure what the Mandela effect is. I have a good feeling, but it's not something that I know to be true. It's not something I would stand on. It's just my own thoughts and theories. But I tell you what, I'm going to share a personal story with you. My youngest brother, his best friend since childhood, who I also consider a brother. My brother called me about 15 years ago to share with me that his best friend's dad had passed away. And I was very sad because there was no way at that moment in time that I could head north to go to the funeral services. And it made me sad because I wanted to be there. And my daughter remembers it. My husband remembers it. And about 2 years ago, same brother calls me up. We're having a conversation. He had gone up to see his best friend and mentioned that his dad was there. I said, "Say that again." "Wait, he didn't pass away?" He was shocked to hear me ask that. Now, I have a vivid memory of the phone call, the not being able to attend the services. My daughter vividly remembers all of those things. My brother? Nothing. Now, how would you explain that? Because that's not the only thing. I have friends from high school that I'm still in touch with today, and I would say 90% of them remember the space shuttle explosion a year and a half after I vividly remember it happening. Explain that to me.
I don't know.
It really was a shock to find out that we all had experienced two totally different things. Well, speaking of my high school crowd, it sounded something more like this.
Wow, dude. That is so trippy.
That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
And one of them said the astronauts on the Space Shuttle Challenger were still alive, and that NASA was total bullshit. I was like, get out of here with that conspiracy crap.
How dare you, slandering the name of NASA, paragon of truth, transparency, and innovation. Begone, take your wicked thoughts of conspiracy theories and sorcery, and flee from me now.
Astronauts are still alive. Time to lay off the ganja, brada.
Marijuana's bad. Okay.
Now, if they were still alive, they would have had to have staged the whole thing. They'd never do that. NASA's our friend.
Not the best. But I'll tell you, it's another one to print. I think that's awfully good. That one and the one before it was pretty good.
We have about 15. I claim this land in the name of...
What do you got now? Now move. Got it, Jim? Very good.
Print that. Print for...
He needs to go off this mark.
Once more, please.
Otherwise, let me walk it for you. Tell me I don't want back in the middle of it.
Here's what we really need is for him to go to his left and then kind of veer back. Is that right?
Head slate. Exactly right, and it has to be.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Please. We all watched and boarded the damn thing on live television with our own 2 eyeballs. We're supposed to believe that's fake?
The hologram effect and hologram illusion industry is the ability to beam anybody from anywhere to anywhere in real time. So what we've decided to do was we shrunk these giant hologram stage apparatus from big arena stage pieces into what you see right here. This is Portal. It's the size of a vending machine. It fits in the corner of a room, and it beams in a 4K resolution image in real time. You can create, you can beam anybody from anywhere to anywhere in real time. And when you're looking into the camera, you're looking into your audience's eyes. Each portal has an audience-facing camera so that when you beam in front of audiences around the world, the camera sees the audiences. So I'm here with you right now. However, if I wasn't, I would still be able to see you because I've got an eye on you. It's got speakers on both sides, so I can, so you can hear me when I'm not here, and it's all completely self-contained.
I mean, it's not like they're sitting on technology that could trick people into believing something's there when it's not. And they're definitely not sitting on rediscovered ancient technology that would enable them to rewrite history and change events of the past. Really, we should all be grateful. We should all be thanking our lucky stars right now that our government is so trustworthy and that they love us so much. They would never ever steal a whole bunch of our money so they could secretly develop hidden technology and use it against the American people. I mean, can you imagine technology that could enable you to go into the past and manipulate it, rewrite history books like the Bible, things like that? They'd never do that to us. They love us too much. Besides, where would they get the money for such a thing?
But governments can't die. So we need to find other incentives for bureaucracy to adapt and improve. The technology revolution has transformed organizations across the private sector. But not ours, not fully, not yet.
Allow me to introduce Donald Rumsfeld. This no-good, lying piece of shit announced $2.3 trillion of our taxes went missing conveniently the day before 9/11. So, where is our money, you dumb shit?
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
On second thought, don't even worry about the point I was trying to make earlier about the Bible. I mean, my gut tells me it's the lion and the lamb. My heart feels like it's the lion and the lamb, because that was always my favorite verse. And my brain remembers it being the lion and the lamb. But I sure am glad I have something outside of myself like a book to tell me otherwise. And going through all of this reminded me of how very valued the American people are, and how our open pockets has created such a valuable relationship of mutual respect between us and our government. And I mean, hey, my gut, my heart, and my brain, they belong to the Chief, the Most High, the Creator, whom I can't see. But why choose that unconditional love over the love of an institute whose name literally translates to mind control? I'm sure that whole little Mandela effect thing is nothing at all. Attention all Bible thumpers. There's no need to go all fire and brimstone on me. I know instilling fear in people is kind of your forte.
That the power of Christ compels you.
But damn, lighten up.
The bed! Stop the bed!
Stop the bed.
The bed must be on the floor.
The must be on the floor. The bed must be on the floor. The bed is on my foot. The bed is on my foot. The bed is on my foot. The bed is on my foot.
Never